All right. Here we go. Hello, everybody. One second.
It's a
We
cat.
came in with an energy in the studio today, and there's a cat. Hello,
Yay,
buddy.
everybody!
Baby.
Mhm. So, I have to present Pippin.
Hi,
Correct.
Pippin.
Hi, Pippin.
Yeah, Pippin, baby.
Aw.
Baby. It was a little much. It's okay.
I'm here for the cute aggression, truly. I
Oh,
feel like that's what Aaron has calmly for Pearl. It's just,
Probably, and
we
which is
just
yeah.
weird
love
because
it!
I don't think I've ever personally experienced like classic like cuteness aggression. So this will be interesting.
I'm definitely having cute aggression looking at Pippin. That is for
So
sure.
cute.
I think this is the best way to start the stream, honestly.
Yeah,
Honestly,
we
always
don't need
Pippin to
any
start the stream.
introductions. Only Pippin needs to be
Correct.
introduced.
Yes.
You don't
You
need
are
to know
Poor
correct.
who
Pippin.
we are.
No.
Who
Who cares? You can
cares?
see our
No.
names at the bottom of the screen.
You don't need
We're
to know
good.
anything else. Jen, we miss you.
It's true.
Okay, well, anyway, even though I don't need to be introduced, hi, I'm Yanis, or Wiz. I'm GMing this. That's it. Popcorning it over to On.
Hi, my name is Ondoin, and I am happy to be here. I'm playing ERN, and uh, that's about it. That needs to be said. Worst intro I've ever done with myself.
You're doing great. You're doing
Sylvia.
great. Hi, I'm Sylvia. Welcome in. I am playing Gisla, who is our dwarf of the party.
Oh yeah, I'm an elf.
Hi
My name's
everyone.
Jocelyn.
Hopefully you all can hear me because I know the last time we did this, you could not hear me at first. My name is Jocelyn. I use they them pronouns. I am playing Pearl Sackville Baggins, the Hobbit messenger who uses she her pronouns. You can find me everywhere at the Tipsy Tiger. I'm usually a forever GM, so every time I get a chance to play a character is a great time. Giannis has no idea what he's done, and I'm very excited.
I'm getting a little idea, honestly.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
um, anyway, so last time we were here, Sylvia and Jocelyn, your characters, Gisela and Pearl, were with a dwarven caravan, which the two elves of the
Dwarfs.
group were now currently -1. Um, Yaren, played by On, and Nariel, played by Jen, came upon that caravan after it was attacked by orcs. And very quickly decided to follow said orcs as they were tasked by the king of the elven realm, Thranduil, to figure out what was behind several orc incursions that had been noticed. Now, that didn't entirely mean following orders. They were kind of meant to just report back, but we're now on an adventure. That adventure then ended with a rest in the depths of Mirkwood, from which they awoke to find that Nariel had left them to follow the tracks of an orc they have history with. And also, they had been found by a group of woodmen. Men, by the way, not meaning they are all men, uh, meaning they belong to, they're human.
The
Correct.
species known as man,
The
yes.
species known as men, yeah. It's
Italics
more
man.
mankind, not men. So you awaken in Mirkwood and see approaching you a group of about a dozen people armed with spears, axes, bows.
um, Erin is going to get up slowly and cautiously and almost like take her hands and well, not almost. She's going to take her hands almost like, hold on one moment. Let me try and speak to them. And she'll like cautiously approach.
Mm-hmm. Cautiously approach. There are several social skills in the One Ring. This is now mostly an introduction for the viewers. We have talked about what social skill Aaron gets. So the social skills that exist are things like persuade, but also enhearten. Enhearten being like rallying people. There's also courtesy, which is just knowing customs. And then there is riddle, which is just, well, actually speaking in riddles or being very guarded about your intentions.
Which is kind of what I'm going to go for.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to literally speak in riddles because I hate riddles.
Well,
But
that's your main
I'm going to
skill,
try
though.
my best.
Yeah.
It's not going to
Start
be good.
Googling riddles online.
Yeah.
You see this flash of white, so I like bring up Google. Kidding, I'm in dark mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will wait for them to speak to her first.
Mm-hmm.
Because technically they're kind of encroaching on their territory almost. At least in regards to like the situation, it's really their land, but
Yeah.
I think that I will be standing behind Gisela, and Gisela, I think you've known me long enough to feel the vibration of me wanting to do something and not doing something. Just kind of peeking around your arm and watching what Aaron does.
Well, all of you, as you very quickly wake up, will notice that some of them seem like either their armor has been damaged in some way, some of them are wearing like fur armor, or they have been wounded. It seems like they have been fighting too. And one of them, this one actually a man, in the gender sense, bearing a huge axe, steps forward. What brings you to the lands of our people? A very halting kind of speech.
above table,
Yeah.
is it technically their land?
Well,
Because I don't think it is, but I want to be sure before I speak.
you are south of the kind of main road, so they have settled there.
But it's
It has
technically
been
not.
given up by the elves.
Oh, okay.
It's not like they're established borders, but they have been living there. Yes.
Okay, and we've kind of at least gifted.
Yeah,
to
most
them.
of the elves have
Okay.
retreated into the caves. Yeah.
So it's a gray area. My sincerest apologies. There was no one for us to inform of our approach. We simply are traveling away from an ambush and making our way to safer place.
He just looks at Gisela and Pearl. Because the fight happened off camera for us, but you have been fighting orcs. You. Seems like you too have tasted the weapons of the orcs.
Yes.
It is rare for an elf to venture this far south. Even rarer for eyes per two dwarves.
You are not incorrect in your observation. I simply came to aid.
He still kind of just looks at Pearl, just unsure, like that's probably a dwarf, but
Maybe.
I pull my cape up over my nose and mouth so that he
yeah.
doesn't notice that I am very clean shaven.
But yeah, Jocelyn or Pearl, you notice. Well, obviously, you notice he doesn't really know what a hobbit is. Perhaps he might have heard of them, but he doesn't know what a hobbit looks like. They rarely venture out of the Shire. But you probably know at least a little bit about the people here from the tales of Bilbo.
Yeah. I think finally the vibration translates into movement, and I kind of slip around Gisela and look up. I'm going to stand at your side, Yoren, not to upstage you or take it, but to be at your side and say, admittedly, I am still not feeling quite all right from the attack, but you also look like you have been through quite a hard time. Do you need a place to rest? Is there anything that we do not have much, but perhaps there is something I could provide you? Because I think that Pearl would
Hmm.
know men are often the in the world of men, courtesy is sharing a meal and a fire. It is brewing a pot of tea, very similar to the hobbits in a lot of ways. And I do look up at him and I go, though I have to say I do make quite a poor dwarf, or at least a clean shaven one. I am not a dwarf.
Okay,
Aaron
well,
kind of sighs a little bit.
Pearl makes a dumb, it's fine.
you can roll courtesy here. And I think, well, you're offering help. You're also telling them, hey, actually, I'm not a I'm not a dwarf. So he has actually not been very courteous by just calling you a dwarf when you are in fact not one.
Dwarves are I
However, you're also
mm,
implying that these 12 people need the help of you four lost wanderers in the woods. So if your courtesy roll fails, they will be a little bit offended.
that's very fair. I am going to spend a hope die because I'm scared. And
I mean,
Um, since we're since you're using hope dice or using a hope die, there is what you have are distinctive features. So if you use your distinctive feature, you can become inspired. Oh no, you can just. Well, first of all, what are your distinctive features?
I have faithful, inquisitive, and folklore. So faithful, you are steadfastly devoted to the ideals or individuals you have chosen to follow, and your unwavering
Yeah.
loyalty often supports you in your deeds. Might be the most, or I guess inquisitive also works because I'm not easily deceived by appearance, and I'm very curious by things that are not my concern,
Yeah, I mean, also you have folklore, so
which is very
you
helpful.
very
Because
just specifically possess knowledge of the customs of different people.
yeah,
So you can use that to become inspired on your roll, which is to say, when you roll with hope, you are well, getting a little extra.
okay. So is there something on it to roll as inspired? Oh, I see it.
Um, you get an extra die when you spend hope normally, and with inspired, you get 2 dice instead. So you should be
Okay,
able to
is
just
there
select that in
Yep,
Foundry.
there it is. Awesome. I think I look up at Erin a little bit of I'm again, Pearl is always trying to impress people that she finds admirable. And Earin has quickly become no exception. So here we go.
Oh, that was so many dice. I love
Oh,
that sound.
hello.
Yeah, that favored roll, 2 dice from Inspired and Hope, and then I have 2 points in courtesy. So that was a 20. My TN is 14.
Okay, yeah.
That's pretty
rub
okay.
It in.
It's pretty rad, honestly.
Rub it in.
I am good at a couple of things, and courtesy is one of them.
He kind of has been looking at you leaning on his axe, which he now just lowers and actually almost takes the knee a little bit and extends his hand. Like, I apologize. I did not. So you did specifically say you're a hobbit, right?
I did
Yeah.
say I'm a hobbit.
Yeah. I did not know that you are a hobbit. I had never seen one, but I have heard much of a brave burglar that passed through these lands.
I
I
too
was
have
just a
heard much
boy.
about him. That's all I say. I don't say
Yeah.
anything else.
Beorn's people to the north speak very highly of your people. Perhaps
I'm
we
going
do
to
need help.
I'm going to take the hand because
Mm.
and not, not too firm or excited of a handshake, very controlled. Just going to take the hand and do a gentle up and down
Yeah.
and say, I am Pearl. It is a pleasure to meet you and your companions.
It is my pleasure as well. My name is Arnulf. I am the chief hunter of our tribe.
Earin is kind of like a little bit of lore, I guess, in regards to like how elves treat men and kind of how Earin is. Elves simply, in a very simple way, because there is some nuance to this, almost see men as almost lesser simply because they're not immortal and does not understand the throwing away of their lives for something simple is something that I think they just have a difficulty of understanding. But in Earin's mind, probably kind of admires it a little bit, but will never say it to another human person. Probably only has mentioned it to um probably very few people, only like her best friend. And um will keep it in her demeanor of being cautious because they just simply don't know them. But we'll still graciously give her name, but will not reciprocate a handshake of any kind, maybe just like a simple bow of the head. My name is Earin.
He also bows his head and also, well, tries to offer a handshake, I guess.
And she almost like tucks her hand away.
You hear whispers coming from the other woodmen.
Ew. That was just a me thing. Earin doesn't do that.
As there are
I
whispers,
feel like they've been maybe a little bit slighted here, but not enough to
Probably,
have any
yeah.
real.
I think seeing
effect
this
in-
happen, I look at, you said Arnulf was his name, right?
Yeah.
I look at Arnulf and I say, you must understand, we have had, much like I suppose you have had, a very rough couple of days. Just to kind of soothe over like it's basically fancy speech for don't take it personally. But I would be happy. We do not have much, but we can share a morning fire and perhaps a few small things.
Well, first, there's one among you who has not spoken yet.
Giza just makes this like deep, like sound in her chest, and stands up a bit straighter. Grabs her mattock like very like confidently. The name's Gisla. Well met.
Pleasure. Have you been coming here from the mountain then?
Our journey began on the other side of the Misty Mountains. You have run into the orcs, and was it just a simple attack, or was there something else?
They have been harrying us, our hunters, for years now. They are only getting bolder. Soon they will no doubt cross into the elven lands. Or further.
I'm sure the elves will intervene at some point, as is the elfish way.
Where have you met them then? The orcs.
Quite a bit further north, actually. I was leading a caravan, and they attacked and have captured some members of our caravan that we would like to get back.
Capture.
It's very odd for orcs.
It is. You should. Yes, you should speak to our matriarch, Uta. At that point, another hunter steps forward. Arnold, are you sure this is wise? They have been attacked already and could only bring more danger to us. There is another who could help them. In Roscobel. You wish to speak, you wish them to send them to Radagast then. Perhaps. Well, perhaps you're right. Perhaps we should not invite them to our midst when they might be followed by orcs. There are others who might help them better.
Do
But
you
it does
not
not sit.
think
Yeah.
that if orcs had followed us, they would have waited this long to ambush?
Do you not trust that we will crush them?
How many are there that you might crush them so easily?
I think Giza just like lets off this like hearty laugh that's probably like resounds a bit. Give me 10 of your best men, and I will crush more orcs than each of them.
Earn's eyebrow raises.
Okay, well, that might be an R roll.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, you feel me next to you, just like
I can feel like the intensity. I don't look at you, but like you can feel the eyebrow raise.
I feel like the two of us are doing the thing where we're standing together. We do not look at each other, but we can feel right? Me up, you down.
Yeah.
I'm debating whether this is ill-favored or not, but I think...
Well, I do have my dwarven distinctive feature of being proud.
Okay, right. Well,
Aaron is starting to regret
We're making it
everything.
ill-favored, but you can use your distinctive feature, so you
Pearl
can
is
spend
so
hope.
excited.
Yeah.
Does not know why. Just like, this is rad. It shouldn't be rad, but it's rad.
You can use your distinctive feature to make it inspired if you spend hope.
We only have a few hope points left. I'm gonna hold on to my hope here.
See, the problem is, Gisela, there is no way I can help you in this. I'm about as intimidating as a tiny corgi.
How do I make it? I'm looking.
When you
Oh.
roll, you should have just a toggle to make it ill-favored. Or let me check. One second.
While you do that, I'm gonna go check on my cat. He's yelling at me.
Oh, no.
Wow. Help the cat. Is it the bonus penalty section?
So when you roll,
You're looking for
You-
inspired?
No, uninspired.
Oh, uninspired.
The
yeah, so
the
that's
ill-favored.
when you roll, there's like difficulty, result modifier, then it's favored, ill-favored.
Oh, okay, yes.
So you click that and you select worst.
It's
And
not
above,
letting me click it.
What?
Hold on. Let me try
Okay, well,
here. And then yeah, it won't. Do you want me just
when you click on the little toggle next to feet dice, it's not letting you change it to worst.
Oh, got it. Sorry. I got
No
that.
worries.
Nope, we're good. I'm sorry.
okay, right.
Okay.
We're
Got it.
learning. We're learning.
Yeah.
It is ill-favored.
It is ill-favored, but yeah, you are inspired if you want to spend that hope, but you will be fine.
I think it's fine either way. I think it's
You
fine
have 3
either way.
dice. You'll
Yeah.
be fine.
I
It's
have
gonna
an
be okay.
emergency plan if you fail. I have an emergency plan if you fail.
All right. You know, I'm a proud dwarf. I am talking with pride, regardless of whether or not I'm wrong.
Yeah. You look at
Love it.
Arnulf, who is standing at like 6'3" or something with his huge axe. Then there's this other hunter who. Oh, okay.
Hey, look at you go!
This other hunter who stepped forward, old, flint-eyed, very ready with a bow, it seems. And then, well, you get a great success on an awe roll here. So you even impress them so much that you get some kind of extra success level or extra effect from it. So what is that? What does this achieve here?
I is this like the widen influence part?
Oh, you can do that, yeah. You
Yeah.
can actually impress all of this, this entire group.
Yeah. I think it's like a big enough statement. It's a loud enough statement that all of a sudden all of them are just kind of like, whoa, like this
Yeah.
is an impressive dwarf that we have just met.
Yeah. Arnold just actually takes a little step back, like lets out a surprised grunt. The other hunter who has stepped up just looks at you like, I respect it. And the others in the back, who have been whispering occasionally, just fall silent until one of them just a woman carrying a spear is just like, well, good luck, you have the 10 best warriors here. And Arnold, well, if such be your prowess, perhaps you should meet Uta then.
Uta is
perhaps
your
also
chieftain.
she is. But
Right.
perhaps also the wizard might help you.
Above table, is
Yeah,
Radagast a known figure, or is this a name
not
that we would not know?
necessarily. You
Okay.
would not know. Maybe Aaron knows. I'll leave that up to. Maybe Aaron knows about Radagast. I'll leave that up to On.
Totally.
Okay.
That sounded a bit like,
Yeah.
yeah, no. Mhm.
Yeah.
In all
Um,
of her reading and obsessions with things. Yeah.
mm.
Yeah.
So
I
did
think
you fight those
seeing
10 men?
Oh yeah, I extra impressed them. They are all impressed with me now.
it was a great
Yeah.
success on Awe.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
ER, you feel
They
the tension leave Pearl's
There's
body.
this
um
dwarf that just stepped up and said, "Yeah, I'll take all of you if I have to." Just
Honestly,
I can
that
kill the
you
like
wanna
rest
be
of
the
you.
talk of this group.
like sentence was the most dwarvish thing ever.
Yeah.
I think that
So wonderful.
you, as if in this comedic sense of timing, my stomach growls. And a hobbit stomach growling is cacophonous indeed. And I say, well, I've recently gone from 7 meals to much less, but perhaps we could at least do first breakfast. And I'm going to toddle off to start prepping something.
Arnulf
uh,
just gestures behind him and like, well, it
How
seems we have all
many?
been victims of the same band of orcs, or at least coming from the same source.
well,
Aaron's?
And it would speak ill of us to not share with other travelers. And the other hunters step forward and, well, offer you what they have in terms of breakfast.
How many in their party are there?
About a dozen. Well, let's just say 12.
Okay. Um, Yarn is gonna go probably speak to the matriarch.
Oh, she's not there.
Oh, she's not there.
not
Okay,
yet.
I thought
She's
that's
not.
what you meant by
uh,
like the other person who's like, Aisha, that's a good idea.
no.
And I thought she was in the party.
Yeah.
Probably to the I forgot his name.
Arnulf, I think.
Arnulf
Arnulf.
is the leader here. Yeah.
Yeah, probably speak to him. She'll pull out the marking from the pauldron.
Ah.
I
Yeah.
assume they bore this mark.
He just, his face becomes very grim in a second. These ones. Yes. The leaders of the orcs that have started attacking us. I think, at least since they arrived, they've attacked much more often and more ferociously. If they are around here, that cannot mean anything good.
They are near. I do have one query left for you. Did you happen upon another elf on your way towards us?
Not that I would know of, but it is easy for you to pass unnoticed. I suppose if they didn't want to be seen, we would not have seen them.
That is true. It appears we're after the same thing.
We are, but we are not currently in a condition to attack the orcs.
Oh, I was not proposing a partnership, just a mutual self-interest.
Well, since you can take care of yourself so well, and he just shakes his head a little bit and looks over to Gisela. just still very impressed by Gisela just stepping up like that.
I have known those two for probably not even 12 hours.
Well, they do make quite an impression. He just says, just stroking his beard, which is just a little bit shorter than Gisela's.
Mm.
Um,
Well, why don't you join our fire and let us compare notes as we recover?
yeah. And
Uh,
you do that. And in the end, it comes down to a decision of do you try to go to this tribe of woodmen who you have impressed already. It would be easier to get help there, but you're not sure how much help they can really offer.
mhm. I think
Do you
Gisela
maybe go
would.
to Radagast, the wizard, who they speak very highly of, but only Earen has any idea who that is?
I
And that's farther away and perhaps more difficult to get help from him, but probably more potent. And then there's, of course, also the other option. You just leave and follow the tracks again. You'll be on your own, but you'll be much faster.
I think Gisela would pull Yaren aside at some point. So,
Would you like me to kneel? She almost like looks down at you.
uh, I do not feel that you need to kneel. I will certainly not get taller for you.
Aaron's gonna find like a wooden stump or something to sit down. Just wanted to have fun slighting the dwarf.
Listen, I know we have only traveled together somewhat. Um, thank you for your help. However, do you feel there's a best course of action?
Since Nariel escaped my thrall, there is not much we can do. However, they did mention Radagast. Have you come across any knowledge of this person at all before? Do you know of them?
I do not. Are they an elf? Magical being?
You're more close with identifying it as a magical being. A wizard would be more precise of a term.
Ah, like Gandalf.
Oh wait, what? I forgot.
Mithrandir,
Oh,
or what are you looking
Randir,
for?
that's what it is. I was like, it
Okay.
starts with
I was
an
like,
M,
what
and I was
could
like,
I
what
be
is?
looking for? Yeah, like, oh
I
yeah,
was
no,
like,
it's
I know it starts with an
Mithrandir, yeah.
You refer to Randir. Yes, fairly close. Radagast is a little eccentric, but very knowledgeable. Would be a useful person for us to speak to before
Hmm.
before whatever happens next, because we cannot do it without her, without them. And her voice kind of trails off, and you know she's definitely speaking about Nariel.
It is further out of our way. We do need to get these people back that the orcs have taken. If not, squash the orcs completely, as they seem to be taking over the wood.
The issue is vast numbers. I know dwarves speak with much pride of themselves, but it would be safest to survey to gather knowledge to know how many are holding, and then go to speak with Radagast on the best way to approach or use. And she kind of like looks around at the foliage of the forest, how to use maybe this curse to our advantage.
I think when you say it that way, Gisla's eyes like narrow at you. I did not think curses could be advantages.
That's when you need to open your mind a little.
Perhaps you need to close your mind a bit more to that idea.
I think
Which
not.
way do you, which option
Breakfast
is
is getting
fastest?
cold.
What was that?
Which option is fastest?
Fastest does not mean safest. Is that what you are asking for? Simply fastest.
I think at safest, Gisla like glances over at Pearl. What is the fastest, safest option?
Radagast.
It is
Then
by far
to
not the fastest.
Nope, and she's absolutely lying.
Yep.
Oh God.
Um,
Well,
it is, in fact, the slowest option you could possibly think
Mm-hmm.
of.
In fact, it is.
well, to your wizard we go.
just to be clear, like on Yaren would know that you will almost certainly just lose the track of the tracks here and just lose the trail of the orcs if you go through Radagast.
Yes, I'm kind of metaing a little bit because I know Jan is not here. So I'm trying not to take us in kind of like a direction that would force us to overlap like before this specific episode would be over. Kind of like detouring a little bit, but also Erin is hurt that Nariel left, but also knows that Nariel can easily find Erin, as well as relay any knowledge. So it's basically like Nariel is the North Point home to where they need to be.
And also, I mean, Radagast can help you to find the orcs again, hopefully.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
But if not, it would just take a little bit of time to find them again, but
it's
we at least know their
really
general
the main
location.
risk is, what if Radagast just says, "No, I'm not helping you," and you just wasted all that time.
Yep, it's a risk.
Yep.
But Erin also just really wants to keep these two safe, knowing how intensely smart is the wrong word to describe these orcs, but also the correct one. Knowing that they would immediately get themselves killed if they tried to do anything about it.
I mean, orcs know warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, like
It is
orcs
what
are
they
not
are.
stupid. Yeah.
At this point, this is what they are. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Yaren. We'll go to your wizard. And Giza just like walks back and like takes whatever breakfast Pearl is
yeah.
offering.
Actually, Pearl, you've overheard this making breakfast, and it seems a decision has kind of been made without you.
Yeah. I hum a little tune, but there's a feeling of. I tend to put on the face that I see the best in people, but there's always suspicion because I know there's so much that I don't know.
Hmm.
That's the only thing I'm sure of, is that I don't know things. And I think, as in order to comfort myself, when you are raised to do certain customs, as hobbits are often raised to do, I immediately throw myself into the task of making this concoction of a camp breakfast as nice and homey and cozy as I can. I think about my mother saying in my head, now this is how you will make a husband very happy, Pearl. And just starting to sink into those old habits and start to serve each of the men with a big smile, trying not to feel the sting.
Yeah.
I think
And
Yarn will notice how much of their supplies have gone to this.
yeah,
And
it's
just-
probably a little more than needed. But also the mushrooms that I had are definitely going to
Yeah.
a lot of it.
Sorry.
Because I will make those mushrooms worth my camp being ambushed. My God. And so I think it looks like, oh no, what is she using? And then you're like, oh, where did those come from? They were in the pocket.
Probably.
But yeah, definitely trying to and Giannis above table, this is just me diving into the thing of having, that's what Pearl learned before she turned down the very few suitors that she had.
Yeah.
Right. Tea. I tried to make tea. I did my best with what we had. And then we have mushrooms and some other things, but please help yourselves. Just handing the plates to, or whatever we have, to each of the
Yarn
hunters who are there.
eyes the lack of meat and is very happy about it.
Yep, there's no meat. There is no meat in it. Not that Pearl doesn't enjoy a good roast, but
Kind of hard to come by.
not so much a thing in Mirkwood.
Unless you like spiders.
Spider off flambe. Anyway, but yeah, do with that what you will, Giannis. That is what Pearl is doing right now.
Hmm.
I think at one point, like, Pearl is like running around doing all this stuff, and Gisela just puts a hand on Pearl's shoulder.
Be careful. If you keep doing that, I think I'm going to have a permanent mark from that hand.
Well, then maybe it'd be a permanent reminder.
Oh, what have I done now?
What has Pearl done now?
You could just... Pearl, you do not have to serve.
I don't seem to be good for much else.
You are good for a great many things.
Then why didn't you ask for my opinion?
Because Ayarin knew something of this wizard. It was simply just asking the best course of action with those most informed.
You promised, Gisela.
I did not underestimate you. I evaluated what you did and did not know.
I could have known. You're not wrong, though. I can't fault you for that. I haven't the faintest idea who Radagast is. It would have been nice to have been included. Now, if you'll excuse me, the tea's getting cold.
I mean, Gisela just lets Pearl go.
Tiny corgi feet tantrum.
Well,
She'll get over it. Just
Mhm.
give her a moment. Give her a moment to stomp it out.
you ready yourselves after that for a journey that will take possibly up to a week. It will take you through the
The men are going with us, or they're just saying it's that way, go that way, and it's
they're
us.
going to show you the way and then just leave. Yeah.
Okay.
They will not just escort you for a week when they have
No,
had their
I
own
figured
problems.
not.
Yeah.
Don't know what you're talking about.
So, with that, after you've just had a slightly awkward exchange, it is time for you then to very quickly, as Arnold just once again vigorously shakes the hands of Pearl and Gisela. Um, he's trying to give a very firm handshake to Gisela to maybe just impress her a little bit. Um, he probably fails, though. I think Gisela is just squeezing even harder, and he loses the handshake contest
Yeah,
between
it's that like
two
5 second
warriors.
stare down.
Yeah.
Crushing his knuckles into jelly.
And he gives a just curt but respectful nod to Yaren. And then you are on your way. And that brings us to the journey phase. You are currently -1 person, so say goodbye to Nariel, who would be your hunter ordinarily. You're kind of, yeah.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Sorry, I'm taking us to see Radagast, and you may not be able to meet Radagast.
So your fellowship is here, let's say.
Mhm.
And you have been told about Roscobel, which I think I just need to draw on the map now because I don't have a token for that prepared. Roscobel is way to the south of Mirkwood. It is around here. On the outskirts. You can travel through safe lands. You don't need to go deep into the woods. You can just travel along the just outskirts.
Mhm.
However, this will
Probably
take
be
you
easier for
close
the others.
to.
Sorry, say that again.
It will take you very close to the source of the shadow in Mirkwood,
Mm.
in the deep south of it, which Yaren will know. Like
Uh-huh.
the march there is going to be safe, but what happens there? Hey, we'll see.
I think it would probably take the safe route as far as possible until the threat starts to approach, and then probably take the long way.
Yeah, I mean, to Roscobel, it's you can just go south in a straight line,
Okay.
and that's going to be safe.
Yeah. Okay.
So the simplest march would just really be along the edge of the forest, like, just like this.
Okay. That's where we shall go.
And now you will need to tell me journey rolls. Because you're down a player, we have to have somebody double up. Which means that person might get exerted a lot more. Somebody who has hunting in any capacity.
Let's see. I have 2 in hunting.
Thank
Yep, it's you.
goodness.
I think that means you're both hunting and scouting.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can hunt and scout at the same time. They go together.
Yep.
I think Gisela, as we walk, Pearl reverts back to the self that you know. But it's, not forgotten. But
Yeah.
Pearl definitely gets back to the cheery, talking your ear off, asking you questions.
Yeah.
Now Yaren gets asked questions. Welcome.
Oh boy.
All right. So are we each taking turns rolling our journey checks?
No.
We
There's
roll all at once.
one journey roll that is a bit different than the others, and that is that of the guide, which is Gisela.
He's me.
Gisela is in charge of essentially running this miniature caravan, let's say, just like she did before. So Gisela is in charge of Where do you go? When do you rest? How many supplies do you use? Pearl. Uh,
Listen.
and that means Gisela now gets to make a travel roll.
Okay. Um, does does anything come into play here? Like any distinctive feature type of things, or it doesn't necessarily matter right now?
Um, Distinctive features, no.
Mhm. Okay. It's fine. We gonna
I'm
roll
thinking of. Okay, well.
again. Yeah. Oh no.
Oh. Oh, yeah, you have a target number of 18 for
I do
this.
have 18. Yeah.
Oh
Oh no.
I was so concerned about chat making sure they could see Reggie that I just come into just oh no.
I also was, it
Well,
crossed my mind to give a help,
um,
and then I went,
let's. Yeah. Hmm.
Uh-oh.
don't, Edos,
So.
don't do that.
I may have made a
Yana,
mistake.
Yana's going,
I'm
is terrifying.
I'm trying to help you actually.
How nice.
Can I have
Yeah.
retroactively thrown in some kind of
No.
help? Dang it. Okay.
No, that's a decision that you
He's like,
needed to
I'm
make.
already doing some help.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Uh,
That's fair.
He's like, you tried.
I just needed to quickly look up the rules for useful items again. Because
I
useful
didn't try.
items
That's the
don't
issue.
work in every context, but they specifically only don't work in combat. So I think Gisela has a travel related item.
I
That could be.
do. I have my
Okay.
sunstone.
Then we will pretend this roll never happened.
Okay.
And
Whoops.
you just re-roll again with an extra die because you should have used your sunstone to travel.
Yay!
Yay! Remembering the items we bring with us on this journey is important.
Very important. Very important.
Okay, all right. So I'm adding my extra die here. But that's not
With the
better.
double
That's,
one block.
that is the same
Really?
number.
Oh
know,
no. Okay. Well, I tried.
the fates want us to fail this roll. I Gisa's really distracted. I think because Gisa's like the whole time he's like,
Yeah.
we're going to this wizard, but at the same time, like we gotta rescue our people. So
Mm. You've been on the road for, well, not road, on your way for a little over a day, Gisela. And how does Gisela use her sunstone, and where do we see you just at these foothills, just forested, slightly hilly area here?
I think several times during the day, especially if it is very cloudy or overcast, um, you would see Giza looking up at the sky, not being able to take coordination from any sun or anything. And then Giza will hold out her necklace, which has this really large but rough stone. Um, and just holds it out in front of her and will like spin looking down at the ground with it until the beam of light shines through it, and then that's locating the sun. And then from there you see Gisela kind of like do a couple of movements, maybe mutter to herself a little bit, to find like the location of where um what direction they're heading in and like where they are. um
Yeah. But like you said, you are a little bit distracted. And as you look around at one point, this is what is distracting you now. You at someone look at your companions, and all of a sudden something strikes you. Not physically strikes you. I was just looking at Jocelyn's reaction. No, 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 wait.
Jocelyn's face.
Listen, I can't help that I don't have a poker face. I'm sorry.
You look at a book at the side of Earen, which has, as you've noticed, a map inside, and suddenly some kind of things that you've been mulling over unravel in your mind. uh, um, you realize now something about the people that have been abducted. They all kind of share some similar features. Quite a few of them, but not all of them, were the women of your caravan. Of course, with like dwarves, it's not always easy to tell the difference between men and women for people who are not dwarves. You know that. Also, all had kind of similar hair colors, darker hair, darker skin. Neela, for example, the captain of the Blue Mountains, belonged to them. But also, there is another woman that was abducted who you now realize might be the target of the orcs. And that is Edda. And you know her to be, like, of all the people that were abducted, unless it is in fact Neela, she would be the one because she's a maker of maps. In fact, the map to Erebor that Thorin and his company used was copied and made by her. If anyone were to learn the secret entrances to the kingdom under the mountain, it would be from her. What you don't know, of course, is how could the orcs possibly have realized that? Unless you were betrayed.
And that's when I thought that maybe there would be a Gisla? Gisla, are you listening?
Pearl,
What is it?
do you remember anybody strange in our caravan? Do you remember anybody we've met along the way? We might have told her where we were going, who was really interested.
Do I? That's the question. I don't know.
You know what? I also don't know. So we're going to make a few retroactive skill checks, I think.
Yay!
Let's go rolling dice.
Since Pearl has been called upon, awareness or insight, your choice.
Sorry, what are insight?
Awareness or insight, or honestly also riddle, maybe. If there was
gonna do
somebody weird and you
riddle.
just figured out the like hidden
Whichever one
meanings.
you're best at.
Yeah,
Riddle
yeah.
is the one I'm
I'm
best
offering
at.
this to you. Yeah.
Now, I have a useful item that
Mhm.
goes with this. I remember I had a stone that I had given to Nali, but now I have found another stone that when Gisla and Erin, you've never seen this. When I pull out this round stone, it's one of those perfect river rocks where the water has crested over it enough times to make it smooth and perfect.
Yeah.
And I start running my thumb along it, thinking about Gisla's question. So I'm going to use that useful item to do something to help me with this riddle. And yeah, it is not favored.
No.
What would the useful item do?
The useful item just gives you an extra die.
Perfect. All right. Want to make sure I
And
select
if
the
you are
correct.
inquisitive, right? Or was
I
that
am
somebody else?
inquisitive. Yes, I am.
Well, then you are also inspired on the roll. So if you spend hope, or Gisela helps you on this, which I think might be happening.
I think Gisla would be helping me, but it depends on Gisla. Do you want to spend that hope?
I'll dangle a little bit in front of you. Like, I will give you an immense amount of narrative control with this role. That you will possibly just describe whoever it was that sold you out. So you
Wow.
want those extra successes to get even more narrative control.
I think Giza would help because Giza would know the roster of like the people that were in the caravan.
Okay.
Then you
Yeah.
get 2 extra dice from Gisela assisting, and if you spend your own hope, you also get an extra 2 dice from that because you're inspired.
You know what? Let's do it.
You
Let's do it.
you can
Why
get
not?
so many
Why not?
dice here.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's roll those dice. Let's go. Is inspired, hope bonus, is supported, and is fellowship focused.
Yeah,
Let's.
and don't forget, don't forget the extra die from useful item.
Wait,
It's just
so for useful
everything.
item in the bonus penalty dice, does it matter what side of the dice I put in?
Yeah, because I think to one side it's negative.
Yeah, which
the-
one is the
I
positive?
wish I could help
The
because I
right
feel like we
side, I
just are
think.
gonna throw everything at this.
Yeah. Look.
Is it to the left or the right that would add a dice or subtract one?
I think to the right.
To the right.
Right.
The left ones have X's through them. Or like a
Oh,
yeah.
I see it now. Okay, thank you. Yes, let's do. All right, here we go. Can you imagine?
I'm
All right, come on.
very. Holy shit.
Oh, surprise! It's a great success with a total of 38.
I mean, you never know at this point what it's gonna be.
Yeah, I rolled 2 ones.
You did roll the Eye of Sauron in there, just like as a
No, we
your
didn't do
feature was
that.
a 0, and it's just it didn't matter.
Didn't
It didn't
matter.
matter at
Didn't
all.
matter.
It's just
wow.
whatever.
So
It-
10 d6s. I
Mhm.
okay. Oh
Um,
gosh.
okay.
Ooh.
So you remember this person, and you kind of. I'm just giving this to both of you.
Okay.
You
So
remember a person there?
Sylvia,
What was it?
above
Was it a
table.
member of the caravan?
That's what I was going to say. Sylvia, above table, do you want to make it a member of the caravan or do you want it to be someone that we ran into on the road?
Either works. Either
I'm
works.
gonna say caravan might hurt more.
Yeah.
Caravan is
Probably would
really
hurt more.
juicy.
Okay, honest, just like maybe a bit of emotional
I am also
damage for
above the
Gisela.
table.
Yeah.
No, listen, I'm here for it. I think it was someone in the caravan. I was tempted to make it Astrid, but I love her too much. But that would be fascinating. Because Astrid now is in charge of the rest of the caravan.
Astrid. So I did not expect that at all, but honestly, I should have because that's the only NPC I've named so far who isn't.
The only one that's had a name other than Durian
Yeah,
and
Darnay, who was
Molly and Hilda.
yeah, who was injured. So Astrid has been killing the orcs who attacked you, who survived.
So it would not be.
So-
No.
No,
would
it
not
might
be.
also be getting rid of evidence because they might.
Yeah.
talk.
Because they could
It's
point her out.
Can we
Yeah.
make it Astrid? Can we do it? I love Astrid,
can
but
do
also
it.
I support women's rights and wrongs. So I think what happens, Pearl is not a scholar like Yaren. Pearl enjoys reading, but very rarely sits there and mulls through information like the flipping of pages in a book. Instead, despite every rebellion against her culture, Pearl thinks like a hobbit. And Pearl thinks about a boiling pot of stew and what ingredients would go into that. And knowing that one wrong measurement, one addition of too much salt, 1 second of heating the pan for too long will spoil hours of an entire meal. And I think what crosses my mind in this moment is the nights where Pearl found herself unable to sleep. When even the incessant questions that Gisela allowed her to ask, moments Pearl thought, if I could just get on Bessie and leave, because I've made a mistake. And one night she ran into Astrid, and she remembers Astrid speaking to someone that she could not see and shook it off as sleep deprivation. And as Pearl looks up at Gisela, please don't hate me. I I didn't tell you because I didn't think it meant anything, but I'm realizing maybe it did. Astrid was speaking to someone the day before we made it to Mirkwood. I didn't know. Thought maybe it was her chewing out one of the others. I didn't. But it was weird because I didn't fully understand what she was saying. And I thought maybe it was because I just hadn't been sleeping. I'm so sorry. All I do is cause you trouble.
Giza's face just gets like very contorted, and like you can feel this like rage building up inside of her. And then Giza just lets out this roar as she just takes her mattock and just like charges and just starts like swinging it at trees. Like not at Pearl or Yaren, but is like just taking it out on like this tree. Um and it is a very like raw, like violent thing that that is that happens in that moment. And I think like Gisela like tires herself out. Like she like falls to her knees at one point. It's just like huffing and puffing.
I just thought she was old and cranky. I say to a heaving Gisela, not knowing what to say, as I just stood there and watched you the entire time. And Yaren, if you had come over, uh, Pearl wouldn't have responded to anything you said. Just
Yaren,
watching.
Is that what the
actually,
dice roll was for?
yes.
Yeah. The riddle
Yaren,
roll was for me determining who was the traitor.
It's me.
It's Yaren, hold on.
No, my role was to figure out the Johnny event, and as
Oh.
was extremely likely, actually, it was one of your roles. It was the hunter role. How does Yaren hunt? Because I think Yaren is not really one for meat, so maybe Yaren is more foraging.
Mm-hmm. With that being the case, the hunting would be, think of it as almost like, it's actually, I wonder if it's actually one of my, yeah, it is one of my distinctive features, keen-eyed. So basically hunting for things that are maybe out of place or where exactly they should be, determine what she's trying to find. So if she has something that she's looking for, she recognizes the places that it should be. Therefore, when she's looking in additional places, the things out of place stand out more. So it's a lot of observation.
Mhm. So as you're observing the woods here, suddenly behind you, you hear Gisela roar and assault the foliage. And as you turn, all of a sudden you also hear something to your side. One of the oldest, gnarliest looking trees begins to creak. And then that's out a And that's where we'll go on break.
I knew it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll be back in 10 minutes. See you very soon, everybody. And we return to the outskirts of Mirkwood, where um, Aaron has just heard first a dwarf assault a tree, and then second, a tree being a little, well, peeved about that, perhaps. Um, I'm forced to make you make a hunting roll.
No,
So
that's
that's
fine.
it's kind of being more going to be more like how quickly do you actually realize what's going on here, and can you
That makes
salvage
sense.
the situation while Gisela
Okay.
is attacking the trees?
Um, I think I might spend a hope die. Yeah, I'm gonna spend a hope die. Click.
Okay.
Uh,
Hmm.
I'm flabbergasted.
We're having a great day, you guys.
I You don't have an item that can help you here or anything?
The mm,
It's your item for hunting. Probably not, honestly.
uh, I mean, I have my notebook and map.
But that's for lore.
Yeah, I know.
Nariel
Uh,
left behind one of
it-
her items. What do you mean?
You
I have
again rolled
distinctive feature. Could that do something like swift?
which, yeah, yeah. Roll an extra die. Oh well,
Just like
do
a
we
just like a
do we just
casual
re-roll? Do we
D6.
just re-roll because we're still learning, and I want this to succeed?
Sure. Why not? Why
Um,
not?
yeah.
Okay.
So
So I'll do with
I
the
want to
hope and then
reward you learning the
initiate.
rules. So I'm just going to say you get to re-roll with your distinctive feature, but you need to still spend the whole point to actually
Yes.
use it.
Okay. Okay, I think I got it.
That's almost the fucking Eye of Sauron
That is
again.
Oh no, it wasn't. I moved the die so I could see the result. It was a 3 underneath, but the result itself in total was 1 more than the last time.
Mm-hmm.
The fates don't want us to be succeed
And
today.
people say dice don't tell the story. I think it would probably be chalked up to maybe like her senses being pulled in a different direction, being Gisela suddenly and aggressively yelling and attacking foliage would probably
Yeah.
just completely throw her off.
And you then hear a grumbling voice, just like, "Ugh,
I'm gonna have her
who
like
goes
fall on her ass a
there?
little bit.
Who goes there striking at the trees?"
Oh, and just this aghast look on Earen's face because not only are Ents like absolutely fascinating and cool, especially with like elven lore and history, there's not supposed to be Ents in Mirkwood.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be there. So it takes her a second, kind of just like fumbling on her words. Uh,
Meanwhile, just you see
uh,
the what you think are branches, but then reveal themselves to be just arms, just creaking as this end stretches,
yeah.
looking like there's a
Uh,
very old, gnarly oak tree.
oh, and um, uh, and she stands up slowly, kind of dusting herself off a little bit. Apologies. And looks around to see where the other two are, and kind of gets lost in the. I was distracted by that. Now I'm distracted by this. So now I can't find them. My apologies. There must have been an outburst from one of my travel companions. Um,
Well, I
excuse my decorum.
suppose before we exchange pleasantries, then You should see to it that she does not continue that.
Yes.
I have
One.
little company here and would hate to lose the trees here to whatever she is doing.
One moment. I will. One moment. And goes to it's not terribly far away to the other two now that the senses have been cleared. Follow me.
What?
Don't hit the phone. She
Giza's
gets a little aggressive.
just on the ground, like not looking or acknowledging anybody.
Erin holds out her hand.
That's the point.
Trust me, you'll want to see this. Come here.
Very much doubt I want to see anything, but all right.
Just do it.
Giza like stands up, but is like walking in a very like defeated way.
Oh.
There's definitely that movie moment of reaching out and then putting the hand back down.
Yep. Yep. The rejection of like, now I know how that soldier felt. But not really.
Yeah, and Pearl reaches out and is like, "There's nothing I can do with this situation. I'm just gonna toddle along."
Yeah.
Yeah, as you get closer to this, first you think that's a tree, of course, but then you realize that there's a set of deep grayish green eyes. Something that looks like a nose and mouth and arms that look like branches. Well, I'm glad your temper is not flaring anymore. These trees shall heal in time, but why? Why would you attack them so? And by the way, Gisela and Pearl, you have no idea what an ent is.
I look at Ehard and go, just trying to whisper, "Are we dead? Are we dead in some kind of... What is happening?"
Erin doesn't respond to you in particular, but directs the answer of the question back to the end. Our greatest apologies, dear Ent. Is now the time to exchange pleasantries of names?
I suppose. I. Yes. I would be Deeproot. One of the people of the forest, you could say. The Ents, they call us. Although perhaps we are just the Ent now. I have not seen any of my kind in so many seasons. I might be the last.
Well, my name is Erin, and these are my current traveling companions, Pearl and Lisa. I suppose you are not wrong in the way that you feel you might be. You are in Mirkwood, which I know is very far away from others of your kind. How did you come to travel this far?
Oh, I have not traveled here. I have simply lived here since a time when the woods were much more pleasant here. They extended to the west and to the east. They were much more friendly. The trees there now are. There's something strange about them. Their
Strange, you say?
hearts are darkened.
Have they attempted to harm you?
No, no. But they no longer respond to me when I call out. It's as if they are slowly fading.
If I knew of the direction of more of your kind, and I
Well, hmm.
would you go to them?
Well, I think that would be nice, but let us not rush ahead like this. I believe we have not made proper introductions, all of us.
Yarn will step aside, knowing that it's the other's turn, really.
Pearl Sackville Baggins. It is a pleasure to meet you, and I know what it's like to, in my own small way, be the only one.
Yes, I have never seen one such as you. He fully believes that you are the only hobbit on in Middle Earth now.
There are more of us in, much like your people, if Eorin, I'm sure what Eorin is saying is correct. I know. I would. We meant no harm to you or any of the trees. And I'm just looking at Gisela.
Yeah, he just looks at Gisela as well, and but harmed you have, and I wonder why.
I think with that, Gisela still like not looking up at anybody, not making eye contact with anybody. Just steps forward and holds her arms out. Ah, I am Gisela. I have harmed yours when yours has not harmed mine. Please take your justice.
I'm sorry, what do you mean, justice?
Yeah. Gisela can make a courtesy roll. That will go super well, I think.
I am giving a whole point.
You don't. This is not the most serious role, but I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
feel
probably
free.
fine.
Okay, I'll let you do it. Oh, apologies for the singing, by the way. The echolalia came back. Ugh.
um,
I mean, this is
oh,
not an
I-
aggressive end. It's just
Yeah.
he's a little
It's the flavor.
not happy
He's
with
a
you.
bit, he's a bit grumpy.
Oh,
Oh.
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 No, well, so close though. Mm, well, justice must be served, and he begins shaking himself loose a little bit. And a few acorns fall at the feet of Gisela. What you have destroyed, you must resow tenfold
Oh,
every day on the road. You must plant a tree. Do you accept this quest, angry one?
Gisela now finally looks up into these eyes of this ent. I do not know how many more days left on the road that I have, but I accept.
I could
Cool.
teach you where to put them they could be far enough apart and in good environments. Oh, right. No, not the time.
Well, now then, you spoke of others of my kind.
I did. Have
So we're
you?
just saying that you would know where the other ends live, just
Yeah.
based on elven lore. Yeah, I don't necessarily need to make you roll for that. I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Has the name Fangorn Forest reached any familiarity to you?
Fangorn, Fangorn. Ah, he just kind of thinks and thinks.
And he probably thinks for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, this was one of us in the past. Yes.
Which direction would that
Fangorn.
be from here? West?
Fangorn is kind of south,
South?
western. Yeah.
Okay. Aaron will point in that direction past the very large mountains.
We are not made for the mountains, I'm afraid. And the trees here, they do need me in a way.
At least you have the knowledge of where they are if
Yeah.
it comes to it, of which might come sooner rather than later. Have you felt any intensity within the forest in regards to hostile creatures?
Yes, something is stirring in the south, where the roots of the forest end. The dark stone under the earth begins.
There are
Where
indeed some vile creatures making their way north.
at this point, I think you should make a lore roll to
Okay.
figure out what he's talking about.
And it is a.
I think it's already favored for you, but
It is.
yeah, okay.
Let's see. I don't think I add any extra die.
Um,
What?
I was just gonna say, you have a lore item, don't you?
Oh. Oh, that's right. And you did some stuff for me for that. Okay. My bad.
Yeah. At
It's
this
okay. It'll be a
point, I'm
12
just
anyways.
gonna. Oh, have you rolled the extra die?
No, I didn't.
Roll it.
Just
But if you just roll a
the
1, then you fail anyway. Yeah, just roll a die.
a die. You know,
Or I can do it if you don't find it.
yeah, I'm not sure where the singular
Is it in the
die
bottom?
is.
Manual
There
die
should
roll
be
in the bottom?
Yeah, there should be that manual die roll. And then you just roll a die, and that's a 3. So you reach a 14. So you know that not too long ago, several of the elves, including Galadriel and Aaron of the White Council, attacked a place in the south of Mirkwood, a fortress, and drove the shadow away from there. A place called Dol Guldur.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Dol Guldur. would probably go more west than I would south.
And
Although,
also, I would say you also realize if the shadow is spreading from there, it might very well reach Deeproot.
mhm,
And perhaps that means you should push a little bit to convince this very just ants have a lot of inertia in everything they do. It takes a little bit
yeah,
for them to make a decision. Perhaps it's time for you to persuade him or somebody
mhm,
that actually is good
yeah.
at persuading people.
I mean, I can at least try.
Mhm.
Let's see. They tend to enjoy being called shepherds. I think I'm going to lead into that. Well, actually, Ents are older than elves, aren't they? I think yeah, because we technically
Kind of,
awoke
maybe.
them, but
They were there, yeah.
yeah.
He's probably older than you
Yep.
personally, though. At
Oh,
least
oh,
that.
absolutely. I was
Yeah.
just meaning like elves in like general
Yeah.
because of Eru and Aule. Aule. Okay, here we go. For the longest time, I have recognized ents such as yourself to be shepherds of the nature, to speak with them, to care for them across vast times of forests and flowing rivers. Now is one of those times where there is a great darkness that is very rapidly approaching you and the other creatures of calm and nature, that if you do not continue to be that shepherd, you will all fall into this darkness and lose yourselves entirely. You should go and take any others of creature with you that you may.
His crown bristles a little bit at just the sheer thought of actually doing something and leaving.
Mhm.
um,
You will
yeah,
fall.
that is not an Unhearten roll. I'm pretty sure because you're just like everything's terrible. So this would be persuasion. Somebody can help.
Yeah, I would love that because I don't have any die in persuade,
Okay, I
but it
have.
felt like something that a yarn would do.
Yeah, absolutely. If you wouldn't mind me adding the smallest bit of flavor to this help, I think as he's thinking, and a few minutes go by,
Mm.
I'm going to take out the hair ribbon that I have. It is Hobbits love bright colors, so it is a radiant yellow.
Mm.
It is,
Oh, I have an idea with that.
and well, the idea that I had, and I'm more than welcome to hear yours.
Oh, it's
was
just
to,
going to be like a
oh, I
line of
see.
dialogue after.
Yeah, I think I go to him. And again, how tall is this ent? Because very small, just for scale.
Oh, yeah. How tall is this end?
Well,
I was going to say
How?
ents can
Yeah,
be a lot. Like,
yeah.
Merry and
It's.
Pippin.
I need to kind of figure out how tall an
How
oak tree
tall
is in
are
feet.
ents?
I think we're going to say like 90 feet.
yeah, this guy is humongous.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm going to look up at
Teddy
him,
bear was
my
only
head
14.
craned up and say, "Would you mind giving me your finger? Just lowering it to me."
Hmm. Certainly.
As
And he
the
just kind of very slowly, just almost not reaches down, but grows downwards to you until he just fully looms over you,
As
bent like a tree in a storm.
I look back at Yarin and Gisla, and then look back and say, "You have met something you haven't today, and perhaps you had never met before, and perhaps your people should know that." And I'm going to tie the yellow hair tie around his finger like a token, and say,
Mm.
"You have a story to bring to your people."
And with the tying of the yellow ribbon, Earin adds to Pearl's wisdom. Now, please rise with the sun and follow its hope.
And I will spend a hope die to give
And
you
I'm
that.
also going to
Also,
spend.
tiny bit of a retcon. I kind of went with movie ends. Actual ends in the books are a little shorter, but he's still like
I was
tall.
going to
He's
say, I
still like
think.
20 feet or so.
I was going to say, I was like,
Hello!
Treebeard was 14 feet.
Yeah. I mean, this one is
Yeah.
specifically an oak end, so he's tall, but yeah.
As long as he's not a redwood ent, then it's just
Yeah,
hello.
it's just, yeah.
We wouldn't be able to hear each other at that point.
No,
Yeah.
hello. What?
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
kind of went with like movie ends who are just actual tree sized and even bigger. But yeah, we're going to say he's 20 feet ish. He's
yeah.
tall for an
So
end, not that you would know, but yeah.
not a clue. This is a tree man. This is a tree man, and
Yeah.
very cool, very confused. But yeah, you have my hope die.
Okay. Here we go. I'm so scared.
You got this. Oh come on!
What is happening? I've not been able to roll above a 12.
It was an 8, and then it just flopped over to a 2.
Oh
Ugh. I feel like that was going really
He
well.
thinks and thinks and
honestly-
thinks. You make a good point, but the trees here, what will come of them? I need to think on it and perhaps sleep a little bit on it.
Earin
Hmm.
recognizes when he says sleep as he will probably be taken by the shadow in his sleep. But knows that they can be very stubborn creatures and will just impart one last wording to him. Please, I implore you not to consider for too long. Your great sleep may bring upon the shadow closer and faster than you realize. But I cannot force you to do what you do not desire. But at least you have the knowledge.
Truly, truly. You speak wisely, young elf. I will make my decision with haste. Perhaps in but a few summers. And with that, you already just feel him just going back to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Aaron is gonna talk to the other two. I think he will be fine.
Aaron
but
is
just-
lying this
Yeah,
entire
does Gisla
session.
Absolutely
believe
lying.
that?
They just met like one of the coolest creatures they will ever meet. She is not going to tell them that he's like 100% gonna be gone. She wants
There's
to give a little hope.
There's a little bit of bombastic side eye from Pearl, but
Yeah.
just a little bit. And then, right, we must carry on. But Gisla, or do you need some time to rest? Are you all right?
Gisla is still staring up at Deep Root. And you just see like a single tear roll down Gisla's face. Darkness will take everything in the end.
Don't say that.
With
You
that,
can't.
you return to the road. Gisela and Pearl, you both take a shadow point because you've realized that you've been betrayed.
Shadow point.
How do I add that to Foundry? Aha.
But Gisela, you return to the road and you can once again make a travel check. Once again, you can use your item. It's a bit more somber now that you've realized that you've been betrayed, and you, and you realize that the last end of Mirkwood, you have just left him behind, and nobody may ever speak to him again
Mhm.
as the shadow is spreading.
Yeah.
It's gonna sit with me forever that I couldn't save the last end of Mirkwood.
Are you absolutely kidding me right now?
I think we're done here, guys. I think we're done.
I think we die in the shadows of Mirkwood. End of game.
Everyone re-roll characters.
Nice
Oh
going.
Have we
Gisla
had a
has a
single
new
success?
purpose.
What is your TN for this, Gisla?
It's 18. It's 18.
Oh, jeez.
That's the
Okay.
problem with dwarves, is they don't have.
Why
the
are
highest
you doing the
heart
hunt?
For the travel? Because they're the
Travel.
best
Or the
one
other
at it.
I'm the
compared
only
to
one
the
that
rest
has
of us.
travel.
Yeah.
I
Right.
have no travel. Oh, I have one pip in travel.
Yeah.
That's not
I
gonna
want you to know
help.
it is a
Um,
favored role too. So like honestly,
It
this is
should
happening.
work.
I
But
really should
yeah.
have. I really should have just given a hope. I feel like at this point I just need to be doling out hope die. I just need to be. It's fine. It's fine.
Especially this
Well,
episode.
you make it okay. So first, you kind of the first leg of the journey made it around here. Let's. Can I draw Foundry, please? Made it around here. Now you make it around here, and this is essentially what travel rolls are for. It governs how far you actually make it before something happens to you on the road again. And yeah, you're not doing so well, honestly.
Honestly, it probably would have been better if we just went through the woods.
I'm just gonna continually
No, that
press
wasn't
on this
even-
pressure point in my eyebrows to relieve the stress.
Oh god.
So let's see. I get this is something I just did without explaining it before you were because you were role playing before. First, I figure out who actually has to roll something for the event. 1 to 2 is going to be the scout, which is Yaren.
I was gonna say,
3
could
to
I
4
scout
is
ahead
lookout,
as
which
a
is
help?
3 to 4 is lookout, which is Pearl, and 5 to 6 is hunter again, which is again Yaren. So 2/3 Yaren is gonna be it. Let's see. It is Yaren. Who would have thought?
Whoa, that's crazy.
Insane, yeah. So now we get to see if it's a good or bad thing that happens to you on the road. Now you are in the parts of the like outskirts of Mirkwood, where it's like essentially you have the woodmen in the north and then Radagast in the south. So you are. This is a favored role because you are in Borderlands. I'd say it's safe. It's nice. This should be fine.
I don't believe you.
I mean, I've actually been rolling very well for you. You've just been rolling like shit, honestly. Like, it's
You're not wrong, except for my 38 riddle. That was pretty rad.
so
All
yeah,
those
that was
things.
yeah, and that also
My
had the Eye of Sauron in it. So,
38 roll. My 38 had consequences that gave us shadow points. Oh,
see,
thank
it's
goodness.
good. It's good again. Scout, yeah. Aaron, actually, yeah, you can make an explore roll as you go
If
on
I
ahead
see
of the others.
another Eye of Sauron, I'm quitting. I'm spending a hope die.
I,
Probably. I feel like
okay, well, mechanically speaking,
no.
if your roll succeeds, everyone in the company regains 1 hope.
Well then,
So
yeah.
for you, it might be plus minus 0 in the end. You gain one,
If I
lose some.
succeed and they get a hope die, that's good for me because then they can use it on me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like, yeah,
It's true.
it would still
It's
be
true.
a net benefit
Yeah.
of 2 hope for the group. So yeah, yeah.
Okay. Trying to think if there's
I'm scared to look.
anything.
I'm closing my eyes. I don't want
Could
to.
I
Stop.
utilize keen-eyed?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Actually, that makes absolute sense. Yeah.
Okay.
So you get 2 extra dice from hope.
Not me, just like looking through my entire character sheet, like, okay. What else can I do?
What I had in mind was very much vision based. So yeah, yeah,
Perfect.
for
Okay.
sure. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I saw the 2 initially and was like, that's it.
Hmm.
That's it, I'm out. But we technically we succeeded.
We did it.
Congrats everybody. You two kit.
Aaron,
Yeah.
in the past, this area here, this was not Mirkwood. It was Greenwood the Great. The elves were not living in the caves to the north, but they could be found all over the forest. Perhaps not exactly in this area, but they were more present in the past. And you find something. You find an old waypoint, a little bit of elven artifice in the middle of the forest, or well, the edge of the forest here. What do you find, and how do you find like subtle signs of old elven enchantment will give all of you a point of hope?
Trying to let's see. Because I'm looking at the wiki just to see if there's anything I could be missing. God, the great. Well,
It hasn't been Greenwood the Great since
for a
probably
long
before you were
time.
born. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
she would have at least
it,
read about it, but not like known
yeah.
a whole ton about it.
No, this is more like you notice something with your keen eyes that is unmistakably elven. There are signs of just the old spells still surviving there.
I'm not sure how like technically lore accurate this would be, so I'm gonna kind of adjust it slightly to kind of fit like my ideas. Um, it starts off as something visual, almost like a light flickering in some odd places, like in a couple of the leaves in the trees. There's a puddle on the ground, and it's shimmering in ways that it should not be. There's no particular rays of sun that would cause these glimmers of light. It starts out visually like that and then turns into a feeling of nostalgia for something that Iaran has never felt nostalgia for. Almost can't even place why this feeling would beset itself on her heart, but it has. And is overcome with a sense of comfort for a moment before realizing again where they are and how close they are getting to the south. But holds on to that feeling and that glimmer for as long as possible.
And the other two, you find Yaren just lost in thought, and then you see these lights. Pearl might actually be reminded of the story of Bilbo and Thorin's company chasing the dancing lights summoned by the elves.
That's where I'm
To
getting that
Mirkwood.
from. I I
But this is
I on to
different.
wind
It is.
so hard that I did that by accident, but on purpose without realizing.
Yeah.
That's fucking phenomenal. Oh my god.
But this is
yeah,
different. It is more like it is just there. It is not anybody that makes these lights appear. They are just there.
just like in the story. I always wondered how much he actually saw and how much he made up. It's beautiful. Eorin, Gisla's and my hearts are heavy. We found out someone we cared about has done us great wrong.
It takes Yarn almost like a full minute as you're kind of waiting for a response that you're not sure if it's going to come or not. But she responds to you as if just responding as immediately as you had said it. What betrayal was set upon you?
One of our caravan, a dwarf named Astrid. I believe she was working with the orcs. Maps beyond my comprehension. Gisla knows much more than me. Gisla knows more than me in most cases. Most people know more than me in most cases.
Do not sell yourself short, Pearl.
Would Yara know of this map maker? Not of Astrid in particular, but of like if they
No.
described more of the maps.
No, you wouldn't know.
Okay.
You might have, with a lore check, you might have heard about the map that Thorin and company used to get into. Like that's
Because I think
like
she
to
would have
get into
heard of
Elf-
that map in particular, maybe not of the maker
I'm gonna
of
let
it.
you, because Yaren has a
Yeah.
bit of an obsession with the maps. I'm gonna let you make that check. It's not like the dwarves were very
I think
forthcoming with information when they were in the loving care
But
of
Thranduil
Thranduil.
might have been.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do
You
a
can
check
make the
just to
check.
see.
Yeah. There's no consequence for failure. You just don't know
No.
it. It's yeah.
Yeah. And of course it's gonna be like my best roll ever. Oh nope. Maybe.
No, the previous one was your great success.
Okay. It was at least a
I
success.
mean,
I think the
yeah.
knowledge would be very bare minimum because I think there wouldn't be anything for Yarn to follow up with in regards to even just like it's probably just as simple as knowing the name of the person that made the map, but knowing nothing else because there wasn't a resource to follow. Maps, you say?
Yes. Gisla, remind me, it was
It was special maps to my people. And these maps contain vital information that could greatly damage the dwarves.
Do you have the name of this map maker?
A dwarf named what was the name?
Edda.
Edda. I was about to say Astrid, and I was like, it was not that.
Not Astrid.
It was not Astrid.
I know that name. The one who made Thorin and Company's map, yes?
Kisa's like mouth just is like little downward turn. Yes.
I'm afraid I know nothing other than the name. What? Let me. Hmm. What betrayal was set in these regards? How do they correlate?
I no longer believe that the caravan was set upon by orcs by accident. It was a targeted attack. They were specifically looking for Edda among us and took many that matched at least a general description.
Making a note.
It would help the orcs if they get Edda, if they get information out of Edda, it would help the orcs wage better wars upon the dwarves and have deadly implications for us all.
This brings worry because I have but a simple question. Is it an orc leader that needs this, or is there a higher leadership who is setting the orcs on this path?
It, if it is not an orc guiding orc actions, that is not something that is. Do you know what you are saying when you are bringing that up?
I'm very well aware of my words. And she's almost like flabbergasted, like, of course I know the words that I'm saying.
Right, some of us are not so lucky. Some of us say things and then realize they weren't really what we meant to say.
That would mean the darkness is growing outside of just orcs.
Yes, it is. Growing from the south, pushing north. And Yaron suddenly realizes they may not know anything about what is going on in the south.
Not a clue.
They know nothing of, well, I wonder for my lore buddies, the necromancer and everything that
Oh,
happened there.
you may not
Did
know
I was
everything
gonna say,
about
did
it,
they say
but
anything to anybody else, or did that stay like within the council?
that stayed kind of within the council.
Okay.
But there is something that has happened recently is that Sauron has declared himself openly again. So you know something that's going on in the like way in the south, but that would have
Yeah.
traveled to you in the past like 10 years since it happened.
That would have been him announcing, basically continuing to be the white.
It is like Mount Doom has reawakened about 7 years ago.
Okay, so we're kind of
So
like,
like everybody would kind of know that okay, shit is happening in the south again.
yeah. Do you know of events in the south?
Of
No.
the mountain awakening.
Oh.
Mostly, yes. There was a location of darkness known as Dol Guldur. I've heard some whisperings of something that had grown within the shadows, but was, I suppose defeated would be the wrong term, but dealt with, but it does continually grow still. That was a long while ago. I don't know much about it. But in continuing with the map and its intention, we should follow that. But there is nowhere to get further information until we speak with Radagast. The wizard may
As-
know more.
As the two of you talk, you notice that my eyes are pretty consistently on the lights.
Erin's not really gonna distract much because she knows how much of a kindness that the lights can be, and feels like Pearl deserves to sit in that feeling with the lights a little bit longer.
You know, one of my suitors, Mungo, he tried to impress me with some kind of light like this, some kind of trick. And I thought it was silly. I think it was some form of fireworks. But this, goodness, if he'd come to me with something like this, I might be a married woman in the Shire right now.
I can
And
guarantee
with
that
that,
these are not tricks.
we're going to return to the journey.
Let's go!
Last chance, Sylvia. You
Oh
can-
God. Oh
Come on, Sylvia.
please.
You're good. I'm
Quick.
giving you a no. Can I help? Can I help? Is it possible?
Okay,
I
look,
also
you
want to
should
help
not.
because I'm technically scouting ahead.
I'm lookout.
You shouldn't even do it because this is either going to be the last or the second last leg of the journey. So either you just
Yeah.
get an event, which is fine,
Yeah.
or
Okay.
Sylvia actually
Fine.
succeeds on a roll for.
So do we let
I
you
can do
redeem?
it.
Do we let you redeem yourself, or would you like help?
I
Up
could
to you,
I could do
Sylvia.
it.
Yeah.
Come on, Gisela. We believe in you.
That's a Gandalf rune.
It
That-
happened.
Ah!
I did it. We did it.
No.
And it's
That's a
even a
rune,
great
everybody.
success. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna say the great success is that you get a positive journey event and you just all get a point of hope back because I don't
Oh
know
my
what
god,
else
thank
you
you.
know.
Yay.
How do I
Wait, does that mean that we have gained 2 points of hope back? One
Yeah.
from Yarin and one from this now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, perfect.
Well, how do you know that
Yay.
I think I've spent only hope points just in this episode?
Yes.
Yes, this is the only time I've spent them.
Back to 14. Let's go.
As you make your way south, and now Gisela, perhaps her heart is lightened a little bit after sharing the burden of Astrid's betrayal and what that could mean for the dwarves. You find the way much easier, and also you see at some point a veritable just cloud of sparrows circling overhead and chirping away at you. You see, when you make camp for the night, a few owls flocking to the trees and just watching you, but not in a way that is in any way worrying. They just watch you and just hoot at you friendly. And you also see just other birds as you near the abode of Radagast the wizard. You see a few thrushes, you see, or at least you hear a lot of woodpeckers, and just there's more life here than there has been in any part of Mirkwood that you have been to before. And you all regain a point of hope.
I just had the funniest thought. If it it's like the episode ends here, but it's Nariel is sitting inside with Radagast drinking tea.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like that would be hilarious. There's
Yeah.
excuse you.
there's definitely a skip in Pearl's stuff
That'd be so
today
funny.
with the birds.
That would be hilarious. But I'm so excited. This is gonna be fun.
It's I think I catch up to you, Gisela, as you trek ahead and just go, have you ever seen so many I think I don't think I've seen so many birds since we've gotten here.
No, you're quite right. They are cheerful little things, aren't they?
Gisela, it's okay to smile.
I will smile once we have those that were taken returned to us.
You know that it's all right if you smile in the meantime.
How do you know that the ones that were taken were not part of Astrid's ruse?
And perhaps we find them and enact justice upon them if need be.
I don't think so though. We got to know them quite I got to know them quite well, as did Gisela, and I don't think so. And I'm pretty sure they have a child with them as well.
And not all of us go around doubting everyone else around us, Yaren.
To be fair, Gisela, it is wise to not be taken in by first appearances. Standing up a little straighter when she says that.
Giza looks at Pearl with like this point of pride. It's like, yeah.
Made you smile.
Lesson number 14.
Check it off the list.
Yaren takes full strides, which I don't think she's been able to do for like 3 miles at this point. And makes her way over to I guess more of the direction of all of the birds and creatures
I'm
and
going
foliage.
to say, yeah, as you go farther south, you're now almost there. You know this, but you don't know how far it is. Just know that there's a hut called Roscobel where the wizard Radagast should live. At some point, you realize that there are now birds of all different kinds. There are hawks sitting next to thrushes. There are tits sitting next to owls out out in the day on the trees, like almost as if they're forming a guard of honor, guiding you somewhere.
Oh, Aaron loves this so much.
Yaren, and
slows down a little bit.
Sorry, short legs. You know about this wizard. You know so much. You know so very much. What am I doing?
Make an awareness test.
Okay. Let's see.
And this is favored just because I feel like it.
Awareness. Yes. Roll. 13.
Well, then you don't realize you don't realize something. Just give your answer to.
Okay.
Great, love it.
Love this.
Essentially, you have become often a target of my many questions. I think I've asked you what your favorite color is. I asked you, what do you like to? What is one thing that you like to do that no one would think that you like to do? Like very much a lot of questions. But this time it's just, do you happen to know what? I mean, even I know that owls shouldn't be sitting in the daytime with ospreys. Like, do you understand? Do you know what it means?
I believe it means we're close.
Okay.
You once again hear a sound from right ahead where there's just a kind of mound, a few stones, like larger rocks, wedged into or in between 2 large trees that you had thought just a second ago was a natural feature until one of the rocks moves and reveals itself to be a door. And out steps a man, or what looks like a man. You know that it's not quite the truth. um, brown-skinned, dark brown locks of hair falling over his shoulder, his beard. Impressive, would be impressive even among dwarves, reaching far, far down, wearing a brown quilted robe and a large, wide-brimmed hat with many, many different feathers in it, leaning on what seems almost like a shepherd's staff, steps outside. Quite close indeed. One might say quite close indeed.
Radagast, I presume.
That is what I am called here, indeed, yes. Now you have me at a disadvantage,
Oh,
although the birds have already revealed your names to me. I do
Pearl
not yet
curtsies.
I do not yet know what brings you to me.
that is a bit of a story, but in the lightest of uh, tales to regale to you, the I I rightfully presume you know of the darkness that grows southwards.
Indeed, but such talk is not to be held out in the open. Why don't you all step inside? And you are invited into Roscobel, built into rock and stone and roots. We're just going to say you explain everything
Yeah.
to Radagast, and we skip ahead a little bit. But as you step inside, each one of you, we're going to start with Sylvia. There's something taken from the natural world that has been repurposed as furniture or decoration or anything. What do you see there?
There is there is a large, like flat stone bedded, and it looks like the covers and everything on the bed, or what would be covers on the bed or anything, are all kind of this uh moss material
Yeah.
that is clearly part of the bed, but is now also almost like nest like with all of this like
Mm.
live, but it's all like living moss.
And yeah, just because we have the cast that we have, on this moss bed lies and now stretches a lynx. And I saw On's eyes light up a little bit a minute ago. So On, what what else is in here?
Well, it's actually something. It's not actually a thing that she notices. It's something that she wants to ask Radagast for.
Okay, then we'll go to Jocelyn.
I think what Pearl sees and what her eye is drawn to is there is a small tree, a as if a there is a miniature sycamore or an oak with hardy bark, but it has been repurposed to be a bookshelf. So you see that the branches swirl out or have been grown or warped or built to house various tomes of different sizes. And in the center of the trunk, there's a little door that if you open, it would be where you could put your tea.
Oh,
Jocelyn just wants this, so I put it in Radagast's house.
That's,
cute.
yeah, it's there. And then On, what did you have in mind?
yes. Once they get comfortable and kind of like explained what was going on, There's a slight pause, and Yarn will fill that pause with a question. Dear wizard, but I don't. I don't know if this is within your realm of abilities. I suppose maybe at this time. I don't know. We did come across an ent not too far back, and I failed at convincing him to leave, to not be taken by, and she kind of like gestures, darkness. If
Well, Deeproot, yes.
yes,
Truly a guardian, in a way much like myself, and perhaps a bit too stubborn to leave.
do you believe he could?
Leave? Well, ants make big strides when they are stirred.
I don't believe I was able to do so, but if there are any additional words that maybe you could give, seeing as you have such an affinity in that's probably the lightest way to the beasts and creatures and foliage of the forest could help.
Indeed, this is what I have chosen to protect. And he has just a little bit of a wistful look as he says chosen to protect. But who am I then to tell another what they should choose? If he wishes to protect this forest, even if it costs him greatly, should he not be allowed to?
I suppose.
You can try to convince him, but this is going to be ill-favored for reasons related to Radagast himself.
I was going to say, I don't think I would try to convince. I think it
Yeah.
was more just like a inquisitive question because it's so heavy on our heart. No, I suppose you are correct to allow Deep Roots their agency, but I appreciate you at least hearing of my inquiry.
If you
I
don't
will
mind.
speak to ensure his safety as much as I can, at least. But his
he
path
has
or lack thereof is for him to choose. Yes.
he has my ribbon. It would be so good if he was able to go back with the story. So I hope he does. Someone like him, I can't bear to see someone like that all alone.
He is without others of his kind, that is true, but there's a connection between the ants and the trees. He's not without company entirely. And I, again, promise you to speak to him.
That is
Perhaps
kind.
once a season at least. That is sufficient for an end, I believe. But certainly you have not traveled to me to speak of Deeproot. So what brings you here?
Yaren's going to throw a glance at Glisa.
I also look at Gisela.
Oh, was it Gisela? And I've been saying Glisa.
Yeah.
It's Gisela.
Gisela.
I figured it was an elf thing, honestly.
It totally is. It totally
Definitely
is.
an elf thing. When in doubt, it's an elf thing.
I think Gisa's just been like staring intently at this lynx that's been sitting on this bed, just like making like really intent eye contact. I don't think it's necessarily a creature Giza might have encountered a lynx before, but definitely does not trust a lynx. And definitely doesn't like respond at first, and then kind of like realizes everybody's looking at her. I'm sorry. What was the question?
Um, I was just wondering what has brought you all here, particularly a dwarf and one of the Shire folk that another member of my order is so fond of, but that rarely ventures so far east.
Yes. We were. I was leading a caravan. Uh, Pearl was a member of the caravan. I was leading. We were set upon by orcs. At first, it seemed random. However, now we have concluded that it possibly was a targeted attack, for they took Edda, who is a famed map maker, and they took many others that at least resembled a general description of Edda.
Hmm. That is worrying indeed. The orcs have been much more active. I've wondered many times what has caused this, if there is something stirring again in the ruins of Dol Guldur, or what it could mean. Hmm. I certainly will need to investigate. Hmm.
We do need to get those taken back from the orcs. Is that something you
Hmm.
can aid us in?
See that he's a little bit conflicted now. Um, Aid you I can, and I shall. But hmm, there's something I can give you, certainly. But what else I can do for you, I'm not sure. If I were to intervene directly, it would be through the beasts of the forest, and I'm not sure if I should endanger them.
No, no, please don't do that. It's more informational as to, or maybe
Oh,
strategy
hmm.
that we are searching
But to
for.
find information about the missing ones, I would need the birds. Perhaps they should decide. And here's the thing, you will get something out of this. He has offered you essentially an item. But there's also an option for you to, through Radagast, converse with the birds to maybe fly over Mirkwood and find the missing dwarfs for you.
Ooh, okay.
If you want to. Then um,
Ooh, I have an idea real quick.
yeah.
I think I'd like to maybe roll maybe like awareness, maybe. To see if I can recall if there were any birds where we knew the orc's general location was, to see if the intent is if there were birds there, then these ones would not cause much of a stir. But if there were none, then these ones
Oh,
would most likely
okay.
get like seen and
Smart.
hunted.
Smart. It would.
I'm going to
it can't-
say there were no birds at the moment because there was just a battle at the time.
Mhm.
Like they had flown away. So in this case, I'm just gonna say I don't think so.
Okay.
So Radagast for my
But
above table. Radagast is
yeah.
offering to converse with the birds.
So what is
And
going to happen is um, the following. You need to convince the birds to help you through Radagast, and this is going to be what is called a council. Except Radagast just stamps his shepherd's staff on the just ground of his little abode here, and the door opens, and in flies one of each type of bird. There's an owl, there's a sparrow, a thrush, and so on, until there's like about 20 birds sitting on just various things inside here. Well, indeed, indeed. They are all here. I believe it is time for you to make your case. So, you are. I need to actually change the resistance. You're making a fairly reasonable request because they're birds. They're not in the light. They're going to fly around anyway. They might as well help you a little bit. But you now need to set. You now need to make an impression. One of you needs to be the spokesperson to introduce yourselves to the birds.
Oh, I'm so introducing myself to the birds.
And there are a few skills here that are particularly useful.
I'm
Generally,
looking at
this would be
song.
all
Like,
courtesy.
hello?
Song, I would allow song because bird song, yes. I think like all, maybe courtesy, maybe, but song would probably actually be the best for birds. Yeah.
I
You-
have
yeah.
pretty decent song roll, but I don't know what everyone else's is.
I have 2.
I also have 2, and it's favored.
Okay, mine is not favored.
Okay.
I think there's nothing that really prevents you from assisting here. So you can all join into bird song.
Yeah.
Bad
I think-
song.
I don't know
I
if you would.
I think Pearl is the most likely to burst into birdsong. I
Gisela probably won't.
I look at Earin because Earin has really stepped forward as a leader for this group, and kind of give a look of, do you mind? May I cut in? And I step forward, and these birds probably are higher than me, sitting on things that are taller than me.
Mm.
And I look up and I just say, bird folk of the woods, we entreat you to assist us. There are innocent people, and they do not deserve their fate so dark. There are children, much like your chicks, that you push out of the nest to fly again. And as a sign of good faith, it's been a while. I'm a little rusty, but looking at Earin again, like, and Pearl starts first very shakily singing this kind of. It sounds like the type of song you would play at the end of the night at like a Hobbit pub. It is cozy, it is home, it is hearth, and Pearl sings out in a soprano, this higher, light, lyrical, and it is beautiful. It is trying to emulate a few of the bird chirps that she heard, sinking into a couple of lower octaves to emulate the owls. Sorry, am I revealing my hand as Jocelyn as a singer and musician? I absolutely am. Anyway, trained as a soprano, and just the slightest bit of vibrato that sounds like the flapping of bird wings. And the idea is to convey that we want to bring these people home, back to their nest, just as they would go home to theirs.
All right. Yeah. And at some point, one of the others may come in and support your singing a little bit.
Aaron will probably just hum along slightly.
It's fine. Yeah, you can spend a whole
yeah.
point to support to assist here.
Yeah.
So favorite role and +1 die from the assist here.
Aaron
Got
will
it.
probably along like the lines of telling the birds we need like the most stealthy among you.
Okay. Looking back at both of my companions. So this is 2 feet dice and 5d6. No, not 5d6. 2d6 plus 1. Yeah, okay. Let me fix that. There we go. That's better. All right, here. Oof.
That was
Oh,
on the 10. But it was a success.
It's a success.
That's what's important.
Radagast also translates the bits of actual speech and also begins to chirp along and then even begins to join your song for a little bit. And the owl just inclines their head. The woodpecker just leans forward very intently. There's a little hawk that has flown in that almost looks like if birds had eyebrows, this hawk would raise one of theirs. Very just like, oh, interesting. Like,
Is this bird judging
you have
me?
you have at least captured the attention of these birds. Did you roll a great success, or did you just roll a
No, regular
roll
success. So
a
that is
regular
taking
success?
down
Okay.
1 resistance. Yeah.
Yeah. So the number of rolls you get before the birds, being birds, just lose interest and flutter away, is going to be 4. Would have been +1 for every extra success you rolled, but you didn't actually roll any. So it is time to interact with the birds to make your case here. Everyone can roll. Any kind of social roll is fine. Everyone also should roll once because it's a bit awkward if somebody's just standing to the side.
Any kind of social role, you say?
If you can justify it in the narrative, then yes. You could even try something like, I don't know, insight is social or lore or
I'm
more
gonna make
song rolls. I'm fine with that, honestly.
I'm gonna make the weakest argument for riddle by saying that some songs can be riddles.
No.
It's like the weakest
You
argument.
specifically
It
even
was worth a
said
try.
the song.
It was
Like,
exactly.
at least
That's why I was
trick me
like, it's the
better than
weakest
that.
argument.
Anduin failed their riddle roll against Giannis.
Correct. Look, I'll still just roll song. Riddle's just favored.
Yeah.
I will be rolling courtesy. I think that I'm
Okay.
going to be spending a hope die as well.
Oh, that is so close, but still a miss.
Did you see how close it was to both
Yeah.
the eye and the rune?
Okay, here we go.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's a success though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just wait. I need to. So we had Aaron fail to sing, just
To hum.
Okay. You were just humming, and that's the failure. That it's
Mhm.
just kind of getting
He doesn't like to sing.
doesn't really get any attention. Yeah.
For
That's
courtesy,
it.
I
I'm
think.
taking a point out of song and putting it somewhere else.
I think that Pearl, on the other hand, while she continues to sing, is trying to match the songs of each of the birds and
Mhm.
like be courteous in that way. Because, I come in here with knowledge about the various people of Middle Earth.
Sure. Yeah.
But also I'm just like, okay, well, how would I interact with an owl? How would I interact? Like, how do I be courteously discussing this with them? and lapsing back and forth from Son into.
Yeah, Pearl just rotates her head 180 degrees.
Oh God!
Oh God.
It's turned
Oh,
into
it's not
Call
the
of
weirdest
Cthulhu.
thing.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's not the weirdest thing
learn-
we've seen a hobbit do.
How did she?
Uh,
Okay, yeah, but that is
uh,
a success on courtesy.
yeah, and Gisela.
I- we're gonna try to do awe.
Okay. You're just
In
gonna show off your plumage.
yeah, Giza's gonna do like a little dance.
Can I argue
Perfect.
for assistance because I am providing the music?
Oh, absolutely. You can.
Great.
Yeah.
Take assistance from
Do
moi.
that.
Yeah, perfect.
That's gonna be an extra 2 dice then.
Yes. Yeah. Giza's just gonna try to like dance. And but like still has like this really like serious look on her face as she's doing this like jig.
I guess she's thoroughly entertained by this, I'm sure.
Pearl is watching this with a look of, I didn't know she could do that.
Success.
Oh, that was a success. Oh yeah, because it's
It's a
all it's just
success.
strength. Yeah,
Yeah!
okay. Yeah, that is in fact a success. What do you actually communicate with this interpretive dance here?
I Gisela is communicating the strength of dwarves, but also the agility. That is much like that strength and fearsomeness and agility of birds.
All right. You almost have them. You have their attention, but now you need to actually weave a plea for help in there. Who wants to do that? Anyone can do that.
Pearl.
Yeah. uh, this is an important role, so could also Pearl has been volunteered. I'm just going to put you there. Enjoy.
Okay. Is this
Could
a
also
specific
help.
role or anything?
It's whatever you want, but
Yarn
you
will
haven't
help
really
by just
actually
like
Nodding.
you haven't actually made a case for them helping you yet. So
Yeah.
that needs to happen.
I think that going into still melodically, the phrase goes, when you can are too emotional to speak words, you sing. And Pearl is nothing if not way too personally connected and way too in her emotions. Not a self-insert at all. I don't know what you mean. Leave me alone. Sorry, hearing beeping from my house. Apologies. And I look at the birds and still maintaining it's called recitative. It's speaking on pitch. And it is I know that we all need to save the forest where you live, your home. And if we do not stop them from what they're doing and from keeping these people, it is not just that you are saving us, you are saving yourselves and everyone else in this forest.
I'm sorry, what role is that? What skill?
Either song or courtesy, they're exactly the same in terms of dice.
Okay, well, roll whatever you want then. Is anybody assisting here? Gisela would help more, but Gisela is also perhaps doesn't have that many hope points and might want to keep them in
Yarn
reserve
is
for
nodding
fighting.
elvenly.
Yeah, okay. Aaron is
Yeah.
okay.
I'm adding a help from Yaren. That's support from a companion, but not a fellowship focus. And then I'm adding my own hope die. This is a very important role. Is there anything? Oh, loyalty. Can I argue for my distinctive feature loyalty? Because not only am I loyal to my friends here,
Loyal to the caravan here. It works. It works. It's
well,
yeah.
also loyal to ideals as well.
Okay,
And
yeah.
there is this loyalty. Perhaps it's naive, perhaps it's ill informed, but there is that storybook in Pearl's head of just like my uncle, I want to do good in the world. So,
That's a little bit of a stretch, but I mean, I'll allow it anyway. Like, yeah,
I
you
mean,
are
it says two
loyal to
ideals,
some.
but I
Yeah.
understand. Is that just inspired?
If you're that's yeah, but if you spend a hope point anyway, that gives you an extra bonus die.
Great. Yeah.
So
All
on
right.
inspired rolls, your own hope counts double essentially. Yeah.
Great. Okay.
There's a lot of dice. Oh, okay. That's
Well, that's the thing. It was thankfully it was favored so that I and
yeah,
Sauron went away and the
yeah.
10
I
was
just
taken instead.
I saw the eye just
Yeah.
tip over, and I was oh shit, that's not gonna be it.
Yeah,
And
no,
then
that's
the
a
10 appeared.
22.
Yeah.
And we can
Uh,
say loyalty to the caravan to make
the
it make more
birds
sense.
have been chirping very, very excitedly. At first, when Gisela was dancing for them, but now this falls silent as they hear a certain just pain even in Pearl's voice. And then perhaps the smallest bird, just a tiny sparrow, is the first one to hop off, fly a little bit, land on Pearl's shoulder, chirp at you, and fly off. And the others follow this tiny sparrow. And Radagast looks at you. Well, you have made quite an impression.
Thank you. Thank you. Just to every single bird that's
Yeah, they just
flying
all
past.
fly past. Yeah.
Just saying thank you over and over again as Pearl dabs at her eyes.
I think they will return shortly with the information you need. But in the meantime, why don't you rest a little bit? And I think we will need more help to actually get you where you're needed. But leave that to me. You may treat yourself to the meager provisions I have, and there are just a lot of berries and anything that can be gathered from the woods, like roots, all kinds of fruit
Yaren's
that
gonna
would
take a
grow here.
nap with the lynx.
Yeah. And Radagast steps outside and leaves you to it, and he will speak to the wind. And somewhere in the distance, to the west, the misty mountains that Pearl and Gisela passed just a few weeks ago, where the great eagles roost. 3 of them take flight. And that's where we'll end the session.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, that's been the Twilight of Mirkwood. You've kind of just been around the edges of Mirkwood for a session now. And
We'll
you've
get to
just
the
really
Twilight
went
eventually. We'll get
yeah,
there.
you've really taken the most just magical route that I kind of
I'm
just
so
offered to
happy.
you.
I'm so happy.
Well, yeah, that's been Mirkwood for this week. Next week we will not be here because it's PAX. And also Janice, I think, still away. But then we will return in full force, and Moss will also join us. I'm not actually sure if it's the session in 2 weeks or the one after, but Moss will be here. Anyway, next week maybe you will free the captured dwarves. Not next week, next session. Anyway,
Same
next session.
thing.
Yeah, I've been Yanis, he, him, the GM here. Not doing anything else particularly visible right now. So eventually I'll have a few just announcements here, but not this week. So I'm just going to popcorn it over to um, the bird speaker, Jocelyn.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn, aka the Tipsy Tiger, aka the Bird Speaker, apparently, who definitely didn't just use my personal experience as a trained singer and actor at all. I don't know what you mean. I didn't sing an entire musical number of pain a la I Dreamed a Dream. Don't worry about it. I can be found everywhere on the internet at the Tipsy Tiger, except for on Meta, where it's the.tipsy.tiger. I am usually a storyteller and game guide, as opposed to a player. But any opportunity I can get, I am happy to do so. Speaking of being a player, Sundays I am over at Records of the Realms playing in Darkness Arc as my Star Elf Ranger slash Rogue slash Cleric slash a whole ball of anxiety, Phelan. And we're going back tomorrow. We're finally heading to this mysterious place known as the Arcdark to finally get answers as to why Phelan accidentally put her entire town under a plague. It's fine. And after that, besides One Ring, I am running a Glitter Hearts one shot on December 5th on my channel to raise money for the ACLU. I have a fantastic cast. I'm very, very excited about it. And before that, I should say I'm not going to PAX, unfortunately, but I am a part of Con Zero. I'll be running a game of Glitter Hearts on Saturday, the 22nd. So if you're unable to go to PAX and need a place to go to, I think that's more of a Sylvia announcement, but I am going to kind of go like get the volleyball over the net to Sylvia on that one. That's it for me. So we'll go to Sylvia.
Naturally. Hi everybody, I'm Sylvia. I've been Gisela, your dwarf for this game. You can find me everywhere relevant at Shadow Sylvia. You can find me on awesome channels like this one, or over at Roll D5, where I'm a producer. We play indie TTRPGs. Or you can find me over on Game Master Monday's Shadowy Productions, where we play game show TV TTRPGs. It's a fun time. But if you want to find me in a con-like space, but not a physical con-like space, that's Convention Zero, which is happening the same weekend as PAX, which is next weekend. It's entirely free, entirely online in a Discord server, and we have lovely people like Jocelyn running games for us. We have panels, we have seminars, we have party activities. So feel free to look up Convention Zero, which is conventionzero.carrd.co, and you'll find the link to our Discord, and you'll be able to find out more about it. And we'll send it over to On.
Hello, I am On, also known as Ondoin, and I am a founder over at said channel, Roll D5. We just wrapped up all of our games for this month because there's a lot happening in next week and the week after with holidays and travel. But we'll be picking up in December for our mythology month, and we've got some really cool stuff coming up. I'll be downstairs in just a second. And as for projects of mine, they're pretty much all at Roly Fiber. You can just find me on social media where all of that stuff is always talked about. And that's me.
All right. And yeah, with that, thanks again for watching and see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
Bye.